Good morning. All packed up. So we're setting out today and heading to Georgia, and I'm going to start a hike tomorrow. So we're going to do 3 days of the Appalachian Trail. About 30 miles. Should be good. The drive there is not going to be terribly interesting. So leaving home, I weighed in at 240 this a.m. Hiking shoes. They're built for it. That's what they're for.
This is going to be a semi-comprehensive review of everything I brought backpacking. First time backpacking trip. Here we go. Figure first things first. This is my pack. This is an Osprey. It is an Aether is the style of pack, and this is a 70. So 70-liter pack. It's huge. It holds a ton of shit, and so I'm gonna go through and kind of pull stuff out of my bag and show you guys what all I carried with me on the trip, and then like what were great items and what shouldn't I have brought, what should I have brought more of, or what did I forget. Got these hip pockets here on your bag, which as far as a bag goes, I've never had a big backpacking style bag like this, and this one's awesome. Very, very happy with it, super comfortable. Once I kind of got a feeling for where the straps needed to be so that the weight was more actually on my hips, with these kind of built for me, way, way better time, way better deal. So this is what we got. These are the things that I had in my bag and worked really, really well for me. So gonna go through them. As you can see, the size of this bag is a lot. I think overall bag weight really wasn't bad for me. It was like 26 pounds, I think, without hydration in it. So, but once I filled up with water, I've got a 2-liter Nalgene and a 3-liter Camelback, and that was plenty of water. We did the Appalachian Trail, and so there's a lot of places to get water and fuel up and do stuff like that. Most of it you got to filter yourself, which was really easy and surprising to do. Ashley has some of the Sawyer bags that we could use to squeeze and get quality water in. So first thing I'm going to go through are these little hip packs. These things that float around the waist of me, kind of for immediate access stuff that I want to be able to get to fast. I kept a camera, which I didn't use much. I kept my headlight in there. We really didn't start early in the morning, and we didn't hike very late, so I really didn't need it on the trail, but it was nice knowing that that's where it was as soon as I got to camp, and it did start getting dark. I run a black diamond headlamp, and it's really, really bright, a couple different settings, and it's also got a red, which is nice to run camp. You're not blinding people. I got a little cheap Gerber flashlight that I got from Nick Kumlas's. It's made of metal, and it's real solid. I had some bug wipes, but we really didn't run into bug issues. And then a charging cable, since I knew where that needed to be. On the other side, I've got a pair of gloves. Because as we were looking, like, the weather looked like it could get cold, and it was definitely cold at night. The first night we were there, I was definitely cold in my tent and probably could have put gloves on, but I didn't really need them on the trail. I carry a buff as well, so this is like a neck gaiter thing, goes on your face. Also really nice to have. And then that's it in those pockets. The only thing I had on me the whole time was I carried a Spyderco knife as a pocket knife. My side pouches, and I really haven't unpacked much of this, so this is exactly how it is basically when I came off the trail. Packed a beanie. It was chilly in the morning, so that was nice to have. What else is this? Oh, bear spray. I carried bear spray since there is some very, very slight chance of bears. And meeting a bear and getting attacked by a bear while on trail, not so fucking cool. The other side, I've got I opened up peanut butter pouch and some Noon tablets. And that's it. So, you make sure you haul all your trash out, stuff like that. You don't want to leave any on the trail. Those are those. And then attached to the outside of my backpack is my tent. So this is a little 2-man Big Agnes tent. Fit me really well and gave me some room for stuff. A second person would have been a real snug up in there, but this is a really great item. I was designated to also carry the poop shovel, which, in case someone's got to poop, you dig a little hole. Dig a little hole. Now, one of the things I've never done with backpacking before is any type of an overnight or longer trip. That's empty right now. And then I guess this pack goes into the bottom, and this was really nice to be able to keep this completely separate from my stuff on the inside. So the bottom of the pack zips up, and I've got my sleeping bedroll. So this inflatable mat from Big Agnes as well, and it's 25 by 72. It's really big. It's like sleeping on a fucking pool toy. Makes a ton of noise, but I don't know how you remedy that with it touching the tent. Maybe if you put a sheet around it or something like that, it'd be good. Also got my sleeping bag is a Nemo. It's rated for like 30 degrees and very, very happy with this. And then I've got a bag of trash and another bag of trash. So, as well as in this pocket, I have Ashley's coffee cup. Cool. And I've got my tarp, like so that I can lay down and cover the ground, stuff like that with my tent protection. And gives a little bit of a barrier from dampness and doesn't let sticks and shit poke through your tent and fuck your tent up. Getting into the main compartment. So the only thing this tent didn't come with like a rain sleeve, and a lot of them come kind of automatically with that. That would have been nice to have on the last day, but we did buy one. It just happened to be the wrong size, so it was like my bag was wearing like a shower cap. But we didn't hike a whole lot in the rain, and it got the job done. So I've got clothes. This is all the clothes I brought. Whatever. T-shirt. Brought a pair of joggers for around camp and to sleep in, something a little warmer. Socks. I bought toe socks, like a no-show toe socks, so all your individual toes, and no blister issues, no problem. Second, this is a long sleeve shirt from Free Fly. I don't have any association with them. It's the same stuff I used when I was on the Grand Canyon, and really happy with it. It's bamboo. It doesn't really stink. It's really lightweight and really comfortable. I actually wore that both full days of hiking instead of the t-shirt. I've also got a pair of tights from Skins. These were awesome, and I think these were the A400. These are their recovery tights, so they weren't crazy tight, but they were enough support for my knee to kind of keep things solid. And it did, so I'm not arguing with what worked. But if you head over to Skins and use HVIII as a code, you can save 30% on stuff at Skins. So check that out. I also packed this fleece from Under Armour. Now this takes up a bunch of space, but I wouldn't have gone without it. So success. And then a pair of silkies for sleeping. A couple pair of Free Fly underwear. Now what I did, I wore the same clothes both days I hiked, except my underwear. I changed those because, nah man, that shit's a garbage disposal. And then socks and a third pair of underwear. So all this shit can just go to the laundry room. Yes, it all smells a bit like a foot. That's not good. So that is 100% of the clothes I brought for the trip, if you don't count this. So I also packed my down adventure vest from Patagonia, which was really nice and I could have done without, but it doesn't take up a whole lot of room and really doubles well as an extra pillow if you need it for like under your legs or between your knee support. So I'm not mad about it. We had this little inflatable lantern that you blow up and you have light in your tent. So pretty cool. Really wasn't necessary. We could have not traveled with that. Headlamps do plenty good of a job. Now this is definitely I can't pass up. So jet boil. This is definitely one of those things that I'm super stoked we have. We carried 2 of them, and this is it. This is like your whole stove, right? So you got the burner, and you got propane, and that attaches to the bottom. Fill it with water, light it up. Boils great, makes food, no complaints whatsoever. Jet boil, super, super rad. Now I packed this lightweight camping foldable chair. I definitely could have gone without this. I sat in it very few times and it's a couple pounds, so I don't particularly need it. The other few bits that I've got in my bag are my bladder, which is I got a Hydro Pack that I've used for a long time and worked great. It's a 3-liter bladder. It was really good for being on the trail all day. I prefer running a Camelback instead of just an Nalgene bottle. Whatever, years of mountain biking or whatever have made this what I prefer. Accessory bag. This kind of has a little of everything in it that we needed. So like my long utensil and spoon, toilet wipes, some athletic tape, some tape for blisters. I had a battery charger for my phone, fire starter stuff, matches, paracord, stuff like that. Random things that I wanted all packed neat and nice and tight in a bag. And then last but not least is my camp cup. Is a really lightweight plastic insulated cup that worked great for coffee. And that's everything I brought. Now we can talk about what I wore and what worked great for me on the trail. So one of the really important things that I had on the trail are these shoes. These are by ONNIT Footwear. It's a Swedish company. I ran into them at an adventure type store, The Backpacker, here in town. And these are waterproof, Gore-Tex. They're really lightweight. Never had an issue with traction on the trail. They're super comfortable. I've got no blisters. There's kind of a wide toe box for my stupid fat feet. And my knee didn't bug me over the course of 20 plus miles that we hiked in 2 days, and I'm very, very, very happy with these. I can't recommend these enough. I don't have any association with these people. These were just really great trail shoes, plus they came all murdered out in black, which is what I hiked in. Finally, worth their weight in gold for me, trekking poles. Gives me 4 points of contact with the trail the whole time. Really does give me some extra support on the knee for climbs and descents and everything. Once I learned to use them, these are collapsible, so they extend a long way. And these are Alps Mountaineering. These are cheap. I think I got these when we were in Montana with Rob and Dana. And these they're not great ones, but they worked fucking great, and I don't have any reason that I would want to replace them. I didn't get any blisters. The handholds were good. Really strong feel and felt really secure and comfortable to use all day. They weren't heavy enough to really bother me. I used them the entire time I walked. I never had a point where I strapped them to my bag. I used these always. And I think anytime I walk I should probably use them, but I don't, because you look like a fucking goon walking around your neighborhood with trekking poles. So that's everything I brought. So what wouldn't I bring? I didn't use my camera. Well, you saw all the footage. Not a ton for 22 miles. It just was a green tunnel. There wasn't a lot of really great vantage points or views. It was a fucking hike, man, and you know, fighting with the knee and doing stuff like that, I really didn't have it in me to want to set up a tripod and walk past it and go back and get it. I just didn't have the Survivor Man in me this trip. So it was a really good trip and I needed that. Yeah, and I wouldn't have brought this. So between those two things, I mean, that's probably close to 2 pounds. I have no idea what that would, maybe. It's less than 10, under more than 1. So probably close to 2 or 3 pounds, I bet, for both of these. And that would have saved me a considerable amount of weight. I could do without this, but I didn't know going into it. And then this. None of the places that we stopped and had camp didn't already have like a few logs, or there was a shelter we stayed in the second night. So having a chair would have been cool instead of me trying to sit on the ground, which I'm super fucking bad at. This I could have done without the camera. Other than that, I really didn't pack anything extra. The clothes selections I made, I wore 100% of the stuff I brought, and things were great. This was a new purchase before going, was this long titanium utensil spork, and it worked great. Everyone ended up using it because it could stir into the bags. The food that we brought was freeze-dried stuff. I think we had like a chili mac one night, and then I had this Thai pepper steak, and both were fucking awesome. I know the lasagna was also really good. We packed little individual sriracha packets, and then we had a ton of snacks. I think Ashley's bag has more snacks in it. Like we packed a can. She carried a lot of the food, so we packed like a bear canister, which is just a plastic thing that bears can't get in, I guess. And it's full of nuts and snacks and peanut butter and honey and all those type of things. And man, all in all, really happy with how things went. So I look forward to doing more of that. Appalachian Trail is kind of a different thing. You know, it's not this big. It's not like being out in Utah or what we did in the Grand Canyon or any of those things. But for me, this trip was really confidence inspiring that I could do it. And that was really my concern, was whether or not my knee would physically just shut me down and I wouldn't be able to continue. So it's like there was this breakthrough during the first day. I was kind of struggling, and then it kind of just evened out. Or what I like to think happened is so much other stuff was hurting that I didn't realize the knees had like a 3 or 4 pain scale when everything else got to like a 5 and felt really shitty. Sleeping's relatively good, but it's tough because of you're in the woods. It's not great sleep. It's not like being in your fucking bed. So bank on that. It's also not as good as being in a roof tent, but it's still good. But that's everything. That's everything I brought. That was, we packed too much food, but rather that than not enough. And I packed a pair of these rubber Birkenstock slides that I could wear at camp, which aren't anything really to show you, but these are the VIP of the trip. My shoes, on running, or on footwear, on running, whatever the fucking name of your company is. These are really great. Oh, the other bit that was really, really strong, I wore the newest version of the Barbell Apparel stretchy like chino shorts in black with a belt, and wore those the entire trip. They fit great, they stayed up, they were stretchy, they're lightweight, they're comfortable. I got some pockets. Cool stuff. If you're looking for stuff from Barbell Apparel, check those shorts out, check out their jeans, and use code UMSO at checkout, or barbellapparel.com/UMSO, I think is how it works. And you get stuff cheaper. They make really, really great gear, so check that out. But yeah, I think that's essentially all of it. Camping. Spread hate, always party.